Hi everybody. We looked at the letter B earlier, and now we're going to look at the letter D, because I know sometimes we can look at the B and we can say to ourselves, I don't know if that's a B or a D, and we can look at the D and we still get confused and go, I don't know if this is a D or a B. Let's have a look at this slideshow now and see if it can help us to come up with some ways for identifying the letter B when our reading and writing, and for how to write it as well. First thing we're going to do is make our hand into the letter D. So with your right hand, make a fist, pop up your thumb. What do you notice? Can you see that your thumb looks a little bit like the tall stick on the letter D? And your hands have made, your fingers have made the circle for the letter D. So when we make this shape with our hand, the thumb is the tall stick and our fingers is the circle shape of the letter D. Make it now with your hand. Remember to use your right hand. Okay, and that will really help you with this, learning how to identify the letter D. It has to be your right hand each time. Now I want to practice saying the name of these letters, and at the same time we're going to look for the letter D. So spend some time looking at each letter, say the name of it, and while you're finding the D's, remember to count them. So just pause the video, spend some time saying the name of each of those letters and finding the letter D. How many letter D's did you find? Let's count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you found 10 letter D's when you did your counting. To write the letter D, we start with an open mouth that faces the sun. Can you see it here? And I know it will remind you of another letter in our alphabet, but today we're going to call it an open mouth. So we make an open mouth, and then we make a tall stick, and then we come back down. Notice the open mouth is now closed and faces away from the sun. So to make the letter D, we start with an open mouth, we close it up, make a tall stick, go right to the top, and then come back down. One more time, an open mouth, close it up, go to the top, make a tall stick, and then come back down. Before we write the letter D, set your whiteboard, a piece of paper up like this. We want to see the tree trunk, 3 lines, those are the branches, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 caterpillar eggs as well, and then the sun in the top corner. We're going to start with a line of open mouths that face the sun. So remember, it's just a curved shape. We don't close it, we keep it open. That's Casey the caterpillar's hungry little mouth, chomping away all the leaves on the branches, and he's heading towards the sun. On the next line, we're going to start with an open mouth, close it up, go to the top, make a tall stick, and bring it down. The open mouth is closed and faces away from the sun. So let's try it again. Open mouth, close it up, tall stick, bring it down, and a finger space. One more time. Open mouth, close it up, bring it to the top, and bring it down. And that's the letter D. Hope you do lots of practicing on your whiteboard so you get really good at it. Remember, for the letter D, we start with an open mouth every time, and it faces the sun. Okay, it faces that sun, and when we close it up, it no longer faces the sun when we do the tall stick. So we start with an open mouth, close it up, make a tall stick, and bring it down, and then you'll have the letter D. Keep practicing and you'll get really good at identifying the letter D in your reading and your writing, and you'll know how to write it when you want to write it as well. Good luck, everybody.